Hello children, welcome back in the science class. Today we are going to find the science behind the universe. That means chapter 13, and the name of the chapter 13 is the universe. The person who studies this universe are called astronomers, and the branch of science that deals with the celestial objects, space, and the physical universe as whole is called astronomy. See this beautiful picture of the universe. Isn't it? Is it beautiful? Yes. So, the universe is a huge wide space and unimaginable expanse of the atomic dust, clouds, gas, galaxies, planets, stars, and all the living creatures including us. No one knows just how the big universe is. Astronomers try it to measure all the time with the instrument called the spectroscope. As you can see in the picture, children, this is the spectroscope. This instrument tells us whether the object is moving away from the earth or towards it. Based on the information from this instrument, scientists have learned that universe is still growing outward in every direction. As you already studied about the members of this universe like sun, earth, moon, planets, etc. So let's study some of the important members of the universe that are, first is the sun. As you all know, the sun is just like a star and at the center of the solar system. That means all the planets revolve around this sun, and this sun is huge hot ball of burning gases. As you need food to get energy, vehicles need diesel and petrol to run. Same way, sun's fuel is hydrogen. And you all know what is hydrogen? Yes, hydrogen is a gas which is found all over our universe. As on the earth, sun is only the source of heat and light. But what is the source of the sun's heat and light? Yes, inside the sun, the hydrogen gas changes into the helium. This continuous process of changing produces a lot of heat and light. Children, this was about the sun. Now the dark night looks so beautiful, isn't it? Why? Because it is lit by the moonlight. So now let's study about this moon. As the moon is the brightest object in the night sky. And as you already know, that moon is a, yes, a natural satellite of the earth. It rotates around its own axis, and the same time it revolves around the earth in a definite path and takes nearly 28 days to complete one revolution around the earth. And when children, we view the moon from the earth, we can see the different shapes of the moon. And different shapes of the moon which we see from the earth is called the phases of the moon. Every day the shape and the size of the moon appears to change gradually. Now let's talk about the surface of the moon. As you can see in this picture, the moon is cold and dry with the rocks and fine dust as well as the large circular hollows. And these large circular hollows are called the craters. And how these craters is formed, children? These craters are formed when any asteroids or meteoroids hit the surface of the moon. Large circular hollows are formed which are called the craters. It also has plains, valleys, and as I told you, the big mountains. Now children, there is one question. Is there any life on the moon? Before this, first of all, tell me, what are the basic things which we need to live? Yes, food, air or water. But children, on the moon there is no air and water. That means there is no life on the moon. As there is the absence of the air on the lunar surface makes a moon dry, lifeless and very quiet place. And as due to the absence of the air or any medium, sound cannot travel on the moon. Since there is no atmosphere surrounding the moon's surface, so there is no protection from the sun rays of the sun. This leads to the extreme changes in the temperature. And children, what will be the temperature during day and night time? Yes. So the temperature on the moon ranges from the daytime maximum of about 123 degrees centigrade to a nighttime minimum of about minus 233 degrees centigrade. So this is the temperature which changes during day and night in the at the moon. Now children, tell me one thing. The moon does not have its own light, isn't it? Yes. Then why does the moon shine? See, moon reflects a part of the sunlight it receives from the sun. That means it shines when the sun's light falls on the surface of the moon and is reflected back to the earth. Here children, word comes reflect. What do you understand by this word reflect? Yes, it means throw back without absorbing. So children, the moon is visible to only that part of the earth where there is night. So the moonlight which we see on the earth is the reflected light of the sun. Now children, if I'll ask you what you can see in this picture, definitely you will say that these are the different positions of your hands. But what are these dark colored shapes called? Yes, these are called the shadow. So children, what is shadow? Yes, shadows are the dark shapes of an opaque object or a body that comes between the source of light and the surface on which the shadow falls. Shadows are always formed in the direction opposite to the source of light. There are different types of shadow which are formed are dark shadow formed by the opaque objects, faint shadow formed by the translucent object, and the transparent object does not make any shadow. Now I hope children you all know what is the meaning of opaque object, translucent objects, translucent objects, transparent object. So children, what do you understand by this? Yes, is that some objects allow light to pass through them while some do not. So let's revise once again what you understand by opaque objects, transparent objects. First is translucent object. Objects that allow some light to pass through them. That means children, only the part of the light is passed through some objects like the frosted glass, colored plastic bottles, colored balloons, etc. So all these objects allow only some light to pass through it. But the objects that do not allow any light to pass through them are called the opaque objects like globe. So these objects do not allow any light to pass through them. Let's talk about the objects which allow the light to pass through them. That means the transparent objects. So what is transparent objects, children? Yes, objects that allow light to pass through them are called the transparent objects like clear water, magnifying glass or the clear glass, etc. So these are some of the transparent objects. But children, if an object is moved closer to the light source, the shadow gets bigger. But opposite to that, if an object is moved further away from the light, the shadow gets smaller. So as the earth and moon also not allows the light to pass through them. So they are also called the opaque object. So whenever moon, earth and sun comes in the straight line, eclipses are formed. As sun is the only source of light on the earth, so earth revolves around the sun along with the moon to make a revolution. But sometimes earth, moon and sun are arranged in a straight line in such way that at a specific point on the earth you are unable to see the sun. Such positioning is called an eclipse. So children, what is eclipse? Yes, an eclipse is the casting of the shadow by one celestial body on other in space. There are two types of eclipses, solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. Now let's see how and when these eclipses are happen. So first is solar eclipse, and this solar eclipse occurs on the new moon day. So on some special moon day, the earth, this is the earth, moon and sun comes in the straight line. Then what happens children? The shadow of the moon falls on the earth. Then the people who falls under this shadow, sun gets blocked. The sky becomes dark even though it is a daytime. That means as seen from the earth, the moon seems to cover the whole of the sun. This arrangement of the sun, moon and earth, when moon comes in between sun and earth, is called solar eclipse. Now if we see the diagrammatically, see when the earth's moon shadow fall on the earth. Can you see children this dark area? Yes. The area where the shadow of the moon is dark is called the umbra. And this region, can you see? These are the lighter sides. That means the sides which are lighter are called the penumbra. That means the total solar eclipse occurs when moon covers the sun completely. That means in the penumbra, in the umbra region, the moon covers the sun completely. So it is called the total solar eclipse. And in the penumbra region, that means which are sides which are lighter, we see the partial solar eclipse. That means a partial solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes in the front of the sun but does not cover it completely. So this way children, total solar eclipse forms in umbra region and partial solar eclipse forms in the penumbra region. Now children, tell me one thing. Can you watch the solar eclipse? Yes, we can watch the solar eclipse. Not directly with our eyes, but we need a special type of glasses to see the solar eclipse because it will protect our eyes. Otherwise, sun rays can be very harmful to our eyes. Now, let's move to the second type of eclipse, that is lunar eclipse. Now here children, what happens when as you can see in this picture, when the earth comes in between the moon and the sun. That means lunar eclipse occurs when the earth comes in between the sun and the moon. Now children, what happens? The light from the sun to the moon is blocked. By what? Yes, by the earth. That means the earth casts its shadow on the moon, due to which the moon gets darkened. Here also children, lunar eclipse may be partial lunar eclipse or total lunar eclipse. That means either the entire visible surface of the moon appears dark or a part of it appears dark. So, when the moon is completely hidden by the earth is called the total lunar eclipse. But when the moon is partly hidden, it is called the partial lunar eclipse. Here also children, when moon is in the shadow of the earth during its passage in the penumbra region, that means when the partial lunar eclipse occurs, the moon is light red. But when the moon is completely hidden by the shadow of the earth, then the color of the moon is blood red. That's why children, moon appears blood red when the lunar eclipse happens. So this way children, lunar and solar eclipse occurs. As I told you children, solar eclipse occurs on the new moon day but not on every new moon day. Similarly, lunar eclipse take place on the full moon night but not on every full moon night. So I hope children you have understood what is eclipse and how and when the solar and lunar eclipse occurs. Now children, as I told you, a dark night looks very beautiful when it is lit by the moonlight. Isn't it? Yes. Now children, if I ask you, see this picture, can you see this light moving across in the night sky? Yes. Now just figure it out what it is. I don't think it is meteor or an aeroplane. So children, what it is? Yes, this is satellite. Do you know what a satellite is? Yes. A satellite is an object which revolves around a planet in a fixed orbit. What is this orbit, children? Yes, it is the curved path of an object around any other object. For example, as you know, that moon revolves around the earth. So, satellite is moon and all the planets revolve around the sun. There are two types of satellites, natural satellite, artificial satellites. So let's see one by one both of these. So first is natural satellite. Children, what do you understand by natural satellite? Yes, the celestial bodies which revolve around a planet are known as the natural satellite of that planet. For example, as you all know, the moon revolves around the earth. So, moon is the natural satellite of the earth. Similarly, planets revolve around the sun. So, sun's natural satellites are planets. Now children, the second type of satellites is artificial satellite. Artificial satellite means man-made satellites. The satellites which are made by the man. So, what is artificial satellite? Yes, an artificial satellite is a man-made object. So, what is artificial satellite? Yes, an artificial satellite is a man-made object designed to be placed in an orbit around the earth or other larger natural objects in the outer space. Now children, how these artificial satellites are sent into the space? Yes, through a rocket or a space shuttle. Yes, these satellites has computers for processing the informations, cameras to take the pictures, and the solar panels. See in the picture, these are the solar panels to get the energy. Not only the earth children, The artificial satellite also orbited the sun, moon, asteroids, and the other planets. But most of the artificial satellites move in the orbit of the Earth. And you know one thing, children, not one, two, three, there are more than 2000 satellites around the Earth. And the children, the first artificial, that means the first man-made satellite which was launched into the space by the USSR in 1957, now known as Russia, was Sputnik 1. And after this, children, the United States and the other 40 countries have developed, launched and operated the artificial satellites. And in the year 1975, the first man-made satellite launched by India was Aryabhatta. And after this, and other Indian artificial satellites include the INSAT, Rohini, Apple, etc. Now let's talk about the great achievements of India recently. As the India has an impressive array of achievements in the development of space, technology and for various purposes. Out of them, one of is Chandrayaan 1. As this is the picture of satellite Chandrayaan 1, a national lunar mission to the moon constituted by ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization. It discovered the water on the lunar surface in the form of ice. After getting this great success, Indian astronomer decided to explore the planet Mars, as it is the nearest neighbor of the Earth in the solar system. ISRO built a space probe that would orbit the planet around the Mars and study its atmosphere. And this satellite was called the Mangalyaan. Mangal means Mars and Yaan means the vehicle. See children, this is the picture of Mangalyaan, and this space probe constantly has been sending the picture reports of Martian surface features and shape, mineral compositions and the composition of the atmosphere of the red planet Mars. Space probe is also known as the MOM or Mars Orbiter Mission. With this children, ISRO became the first organization in the whole world to launch a space probe on the Mars and achieve the success in first attempt. With this achievement of the ISRO, India gained name and fame all over the world. So these were some of the achievements of India. Now let's talk about the various astronauts who went into the space. So first astronaut who went into the space was Yuri Gagarin, a Russian cosmonaut, and he went in the space was Yuri Gagarin, a Russian cosmonaut, and he went on 12th April 1961. In 1963, children, the first lady to visit the space was Valentina Tereshkova. She was also a Russian cosmonaut. And from India, children, who was the first man who went into the space? Yes, you know, he is Rakesh Sharma. He went in year 1982. And also the first Indian woman who went into the space in year 1997 was Kalpana Chawla. So these were the astronauts who went into the space. Now children, tell me one thing. What is the need of this an artificial satellite? That means, why do we need an artificial satellite? Yes, artificial satellite need for various purposes. These satellites help astronomers and scientists to know about the stars and planets. These also help in their various researches. So on the basis of their mission, there are different types of the artificial satellites. So now let's have a closer look on these artificial satellites. Children, these artificial satellites are classified according to their mission. So on the basis of their mission, the various types of artificial satellites are Earth observation satellite, communication satellite, navigation satellite, military satellite, remote sensing satellites, transmitting radio and TV signals, as well as weather forecasting satellite. So now let's study some of these artificial satellites with their uses. So first is communication satellite. These satellites help in sending the messages across the countries. These satellites serve as a relay stations. So the various televisions and radio programs can be relayed thousands of miles away. So children, talking on phone, surfing on internet and watching the live cricket matches is possible only due to the communication satellite. The various examples of these communication satellites are Apple and Inset. Now let's see the next type of artificial satellite. Yes, that is weather satellite. These satellites are used to study the atmospheric condition from the above and to forecast the weather. They send the information and the pictures of the cyclone, storms, clouds, and not only this children, the picture of the earth taken by the weather satellite can also help to spot the problems like forest fire, floods, glaciers, so that people are warned about the dangerous storms or cyclones before they actually happens. And the various examples of these satellites are OceanSat, METSat, Kalpana 1. So these are the examples of the weather satellite. Now next is scientific research satellite. These satellites gather the information about the changes in the Earth and its atmosphere, and also about the composition of the space, and observe planets, stars and other distant objects. And the example of scientific research satellite is Rohini satellite. Now the exploring the earth, that means earth observing satellite. Scientists use these earth observing satellites to find the mineral deposits and to know the location and the size of the fresh water. And the various examples of these satellites are ResourceSat 1, IRS-IC, as well as IRS-ID. So here children, I wrap up the chapter by giving you some homework. And your homework is, you have to define some words. So what are that terms? Yes, they are craters, orbit, eclipse and shadow. So children, your chapter is over. Read the chapter, learn all the difficult words. Happy learning. Take care.